If you are planning to start a poultry business right now, you are stepping into a very different market than it was just a few years ago. Commercial feeds cost now swallow up to 70% of your total budget. One bad batch, a delay in market day, or a disease outbreak can clear out your profit margin overnight. So, if you have a capital to invest today, where should you put in? Should you go with broilers, the fast high-speed meat machines, or layers, the long-term daily cash flow eggs producers? In this video, we are breaking down the exact difference, startup cost, management risk, and most importantly, the 2026 profitable breakdown to reveal which enterprise gives you the best return on investment. Let's dive in. Before looking at the money, you need to understand how these two biological machines works. They require completely different business mindsets. First, broilers. Broilers are raised exclusively for meat. They are genetically bred for rapid growth. A standard broiler chick goes from a tiny 40-gram day-old chick to a 2.0 to 2.2 kilogram market ready bird in just 35 to 42 days. That means fast turnaround. However, they require extreme biosecurity, high protein starter feeds, and intensive brooding temperature control in their first. Second, layers. Layers are bred for eggs production. They are a marathon, not a sprint. You buy them as a day-old chicks, but they won't lay a single egg for the first 18 to 20 weeks. That means you spend 4.5 to 5 months feeding them without earning a single cent in return. But once they hit their point of lay, a single flock can lay eggs daily for 18 to 24 months before they are sold off as spent hens. In short, broilers are high-speed volume business. Layers are daily steady income business. Now, let's talk about money management. Because cash flow is where most poultry farmers fail. With broilers, your capital turns over rapidly. You invest in chicks, brooding energy, and intensive feed for 6 weeks. Sell the whole flock, get your money back plus profit. In reinvest, in a single year, you can run 5 to 6 batches of broilers in the same house. This makes broilers perfectly in you if you have smaller startup capital and need fast return. With layers, the financial barrier to entry is much higher. You need deep pockets to feed the birds through the 18 to 20 weeks growing phase. However, once laying begins, your cash flow is daily. Every single morning, you will collect eggs, pack trays, and sell them to shops, hotel, or direct consumers. It gives you constantly daily revenue to pay salaries, buy feeds, and manage farm overheads without touching reserves. For broiler farming, the biggest risk is market timing and feed conversion ratio. A good broiler should convert 1.6 kilograms of feed into 1 kilogram of body weight. If your broiler hits day 42 and you don't have a guaranteed buyer lineup, every extra day they stay on your farm, they consume expensive finisher feed. While their weight gain slowly slows down. That eats away at your profit margin rapidly. For layer farming, the biggest risk is long-term disease and egg price collapse. If Newcastle disease, infectious bronchitis, or Gumboro strikes your flock at week 30, egg production can drop from 90% down to 20% in few days. Getting them back to peak production takes weeks, but you still have to feed them every single day. Now, for the main question, which one is more profitable right now? Let's break down the math based on current market trends. Let's look at comparative scenario with 500 birds over 12-month period. Initial capital needed: 500 broilers, lower, 500 layers higher. Feed requirements: 500 broilers, high protein starter grower and finisher feeds. Continuously layer mash for eggs production, 500 layers. Time before income: for 500 broilers, about 5 to 7 weeks per batch. For 500 layers, about 18 to 20 weeks before first eggs. Turnover speed for broilers 500, fast around every 6 weeks. For 500 layers, slower start than daily production. Main source of income: for 500 broilers, sale of meat birds. For 500 layers, daily egg sales plus sales of spent hens at the end. Cash flow: 500 broilers, income after each batch. 500 layers, more consistency daily income from eggs. Labor requirements: 500 broilers, moderate, 500 layers, moderate to high. Daily eggs collection and management. Market demand: for 500 broilers, strong demand for chicken meat. 500 layers, strong demand for eggs throughout the year. Profit margin potential: for 500 broilers, moderate margins can be affected by feed cost and market price. For 500 layers, potentially higher overall net income if laying rate is above 85%. Best for 500 broilers, farmers seeking faster returns, and 500 layers, farmers seeking long-term stable income. In 2026, layers generally pull ahead in overall net profitability over an 18-month cycle, but only if you have the upfront capital to survive the initial 5 months growing phase. The daily revenue stream buffers you against short-term feed cost spikes, and at the end of the cycle, selling off 500 spent hens provides a massive lump sum capital injection. However, broilers wins on return on capital employed spend. If you only have limited savings, you cannot afford to feed layers for 5 months. Broilers allow you to compound your capital every 6 to 8 weeks. So, what is the final verdict? Choose broilers if you have limited capital, want fast cash turnover, have ready buyers like local hotels or butcheries, and want flexibility to pause production during high feed price spikes. Choose layers if you have sufficient starting capital, want a predictable daily cash flow business, and are looking for long-term commercial stability. Which enterprise are you planning to start, or which one are you running right now? Drop your experience in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more real-world agribusiness breakdown. See you in the next video.